Welcome to the Full Moon Film Buff, episode 104. We're going to talk about Project Metal Beast from 1995. I watched this on Plex. I had not seen this before. As always, we start with the prominent crew and cast. You can find links to a complete credit list in the show notes. This film was directed by Alessandro De Gaetano, written by Alessandro De Gaetano, Timothy E. Sabo, and Roger Steinman. The special effects were by John Carl Buechler, who is special effects makeup designer and special effects makeup supervisor, and Kevin McCarthy, who is special effects coordinator, billed as Kevin Francis Boomer McCarthy. I found little about Alessandro De Gaetano. We see his work again when we get to 2010's Neowolf, which he also wrote. John Carl Buechler developed his passion for monster movies and special effects at a young age. His breakthrough came with the 1984 film Ghoulies, which showcased his ability to create memorable practical effects on a very limited budget. Throughout the 80s and 90s, Buechler's reputation grew. He contributed special effects to notable franchises, including A Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, and Friday the 13th. As a director, Buechler helmed the cult horror film Troll in 1986. His company, Mechanical and Makeup Imageries Incorporated, became a go-to effects studio for many productions. We'll see Buechler multiple times again in this project. The cast includes Barry Bostwick as Miller, Kim Delaney as Anna DiCarlo, and Kane Hodder as Metal Beast. Now, Barry Bostwick began his career in the theater, gaining recognition for his role as Danny Zuko in the original Broadway production of Grease in 1972. However, he will always be most remembered for his portrayal of Brad Majors in the cult classic film The Rocky Horror Picture Show in 1975. Throughout the 70s and 80s, he worked in both theater and film, earning a Tony and Golden Globe Award. In the latter part of his career, Bostwick became a regular face on television, playing Mayor Randall Winston in the long-running sitcom Spin City from 1996 to 2002, starring alongside Michael J. Fox and later Charlie Sheen. He is closing in on 200 credits at IMDb, and he continues going strong. Kim Delaney started modeling before transitioning into acting in the early 80s. Delaney's breakthrough came in 1981 when she was cast as Jenny Gardner in the daytime soap opera All My Children. Following her success on daytime television, Delaney won an Emmy in 1997 for NYPD Blue. Delaney has worked steadily in the entertainment industry. Kane Hodder is best known for portraying Jason Voorhees in 4 films of the Friday the 13th franchise. Hodder's intense physicality and ability to convey menace through body language alone made his portrayal of Jason particularly memorable, earning him a devoted fan following. He began as a stuntman in the late 70s and appeared in numerous horror films and has performed stunts in major productions. Hodder has written 2 autobiographies, Unmasked, the true life story of the world's most prolific cinematic killer, and To Hell and Back, surviving Hollywood's most infamous slasher. Despite suffering severe burns in a stunt accident early in his career, Hodder persevered to become one of the most respected figures in the horror genre, known for his dedication to his craft and his interactions with fans at conventions worldwide. This is the best kind of bad movie. It is entertainingly cheesy. It's no cinematic masterpiece, but it does offer a wild blend of werewolf mythology, jump scares, and science fiction technobabble, making for a really engaging watch. Just be prepared to laugh and have fun, and you'll enjoy this movie. Now on to the synopsis. In 1974, gung-ho special ops soldier Donald Butler infiltrates a Carpathian castle protected by a violent werewolf. Butler kills the beast with silver bullets before taking a blood sample. He returns it to Washington for further experimentation. The military wants to produce super soldiers from the werewolf's blood. Colonel Miller supervises the project. Butler is impatient and irritated that most of the blood that he collected was consumed with no tangible results. Taking matters into his own hands, Butler directly injects himself with the last blood sample. He can see, hear, and smell better than any human. Miller threatens to shut the project down over Butler's rogue behavior. Overcome with violent urges, Butler assaults the female scientist responsible for testing the blood. He fully transforms into a werewolf and kills another staff member before Miller puts 3 silver bullets in his chest. Miller orders a witness murdered and cryogenically stores Butler's body. If the bullets are ever removed, Butler will revivify. 20 years later, military scientists investigate possible skin graft alternatives, synthesizing prosthetic skin with a metal alloy as a base. They're having trouble stabilizing it before it turns hard as steel. Miller offers them human corpses as test subjects. Initially hesitant, head scientist Anna DiCarlo and her superior, General Hammond, find that they really have no choice and will have their funding cut off if they don't cooperate. Anna and her team get to work on Butler's body. They suspect that something is amiss since the body has no medical or personal history. The metallic skin transplant appears successful, leaving only bits of human skin, including the patch over his heart. The team finds the bullets lodged in his heart and removes them, since they don't know any better. Butler revives instantly. Anna and her team refuse to complete the project on a living man. Miller triggers Butler's scattered memories with photographs. Under a full moon, Butler becomes the metal beast and kills the scientist Larry. Simultaneously, Anna's friend Debbie duplicates Miller's keycard so that they can search his office. Anna finds the silver bullets used on Butler 20 years ago and kind of figures out what's going on. With Larry and a security guard dead now, and seeing the mid-transformation werewolf, the team attempts to reverse the graft, only to find that the skin has fully solidified. When Anna and Ferraro leave, Butler finishes transforming and kills Roger, a scientist left behind to sedate him. Now loose in the complex, the metal beast begins killing everyone in the hospital. Anna, Ferraro, and Debbie lock down the facility, trapping themselves inside with the beast so that it cannot escape. Miller incapacitates General Hammond to distract the beast and give himself selfishly time to escape. Ferraro makes a stand, allowing the women to get away with silver-tipped rockets that they had made to kill Butler. Miller shoots Ferraro. Anna and Debbie find the cryogenics lab where Butler was kept on ice for 20 years. Instead of being grateful to Miller for keeping him alive for so long, Butler violently kills him. Anna misses her first rocket shot at the metal beast. Debris from the shot knocks Debbie out and injures Anna's foot. Anna hobbles away from the metal beast, which digs itself out from the rubble. Anna evades the beast just long enough for a recovered Debbie to take a shot at it, injuring it with a rocket to the leg that fails to explode. Ferraro, who didn't actually die from the gunshot to his shoulder, shows up with one last shell. Anna fires the final rocket into the beast's chest and he blows apart. As they leave, a chunk of the beast starts to move, indicating that it may be able to regenerate itself from just a small portion. The werewolf look in this film is unique due to the metal aspect. John Carl Buechler created the metal beast design. The creature blends traditional werewolf features and metallic elements, resulting in a very distinctive look, and I personally love it. It appears Hodor couldn't move very quickly in the suit since the metal beast just kind of lumbers around, which makes a certain kind of sense. I mean, after all, it's a metal armored werewolf. It's as much a machine as a monster. The metal fur on the back reminds me very much of an evil Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't recall even a single traditional transformation scene. They just skip over those. Moving on to werewolf lore, Project Metal Beast takes a really unusual approach to werewolf lore by combining it with military experimentation. Using werewolf blood to create super soldiers is an interesting twist on the typical werewolf narrative. This is an update on an idea that we first saw way back in 1942 in The Mad Monster. The film also plays with the concept of containing a werewolf's power through technology, represented by the metal encasing. I feel like the filmmakers wanted to up the ante on the werewolf by boosting the invulnerable nature of the lycanthrope through the roof, and they succeeded. So let's talk about augmented werewolves. It should surprise no one watching this channel that werewolves hold a special place in my heart, embodying the struggle between man and beast, civilization and savagery. But what happens when we take this classic creature and give it a technological twist? Enter the world of augmented werewolves, a fascinating subgenre combining the primal fear of the werewolf with the existential dread of unchecked scientific advancement. Let's dive into the first appearance of this unique intersection of horror and science fiction, Project Metal Beast. Now, this film presents us with a werewolf that's enhanced with armored metal skin. This unholy fusion of supernatural creature and cutting-edge technology combines the ferocity of a werewolf with the durability of advanced metallurgy. The Metal Beast serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of augmenting already formidable creatures. In traditional werewolf lore, lycanthropes are already nearly unstoppable, vulnerable only to silver. By reducing even this weakness, the scientists in Project Metal Beast create a nearly unstoppable monster. If we can create such beings, can we even control them? The film's approach to augmented werewolves also touches on some themes of body horror, a staple of the genre. The fusion of flesh and metal, the painful transformations enhanced by technological modifications, all heighten the visceral horror of the werewolf concept. It's not just a transformation from man to beast anymore, but now a grotesque melding of biology and technology pushing the boundaries of what we consider natural or even possible. Now, Project Metal Beast isn't alone in exploring the concept of technologies as a powerful metaphor for the dangers of military scientific overreach. We'll occasionally see similar ideas explored as we go forward. For instance, the Underworld franchise features werewolves enhanced with vampire blood, creating hybrids possessing the strengths of both species. In the world of comics, characters like Capwolf from Marvel Comics represents another take on the augmented werewolf, combining super soldier serum with lycanthropy. The visual design of augmented werewolves also deserves mention in Project Metal Beast. The creature's metal skin creates a unique and memorable look that sets it apart from more traditional werewolf designs. The blend of organic and inorganic elements creates a visually striking monster that embodies the film's themes of scientific manipulation of nature. So, in conclusion, Project Metal Beast represents an evolution of the werewolf mythology. In the end, they ask a crucial question. In our quest to create the perfect beast, we risk becoming monsters ourselves. Which brings us to our next theme. The concept of military exploitation of supernatural forces has captivated audiences across media. From literature to cinema and video games, this theme explores the intersection of military power, scientific advancement, and the unknown. The roots of these fictional narratives often draw inspiration from real-world military research into the paranormal phenomena, such as the United States government's Stargate project or Project MK Ultra, which investigated psychic abilities for potential military applications. Secret military programs like the Manhattan Project, hidden from public scrutiny, form the backdrop for many of these stories. We encounter unethical soldiers, spies, or scientists pushing the boundaries of morality in the name of national security and harnessing incomprehensible power for warfare. This narrative raises ethical and practical questions about weaponizing the supernatural and the implications of using forces beyond human understanding for destructive purposes. Analyzing this theme across different media reveals its variability. While Project Metal Beast presents a pretty straightforward cautionary tale about the dangers of military exploitation of the supernatural, others explore more nuanced perspectives, sometimes presenting potential benefits alongside the risks. The TV series Stranger Things serves as an excellent example, depicting a government facility's attempts to harness supernatural abilities for espionage, inadvertently opening a gateway to a dangerous parallel dimension. While the program creates monsters like the Demogorgon and Vecna, it also produces a hero in Eleven, capable of fighting these threats and saving the day. The X-Files took a broader approach, weaving a complex mythology around government conspiracies and extraterrestrial encounters. The series explored the tension between those seeking to harness alien technology for military purposes and those fighting to expose the truth, highlighting the moral ambiguity of such pursuits. Now, the Hellboy comics and films start from this exact premise by showing Nazi attempts to summon the Apocalypse Beast, only to reimagine him as a child, an eventual ally in defending humanity. This narrative subverts the typical supernatural as weapon trope by presenting Hellboy, a demon raised by humans, as a hero fighting against otherworldly threats. The story explores themes of nature versus nurture and the potential for good even in beings traditionally seen as evil. More recently, the video game Control presents a secretive government agency tasked with containing and studying supernatural phenomena. The game explores both the potential for scientific advancement and the inherent danger of such a pursuit, as the protagonist navigates a world where reality itself is manipulated and weaponized. This variety in storytelling reflects different attitudes towards scientific advancement and military power in society. Some narratives emphasize the potential for groundbreaking discoveries and enhanced national security, while others focus on the ethical dilemmas and unforeseen consequences of tampering with forces beyond human comprehension. Interestingly, these fictional narratives can parallel real-world ethical debates in military technology. Current discussions about AI weapons, drone warfare, and enhanced soldier programs echo the themes explored in supernatural military fiction. As society grapples with the implications of rapidly advancing technology in warfare, these stories serve as a lens through which we can examine our hopes, fears, and ethical boundaries. They prompt us to consider the balance between scientific progress and moral responsibility, as well as the potential consequences of prioritizing military advancement over ethical considerations. The enduring appeal of these themes in fiction lies in their ability to combine the allure of the supernatural with the ethical dilemmas of military power and scientific responsibility. Such stories provide a safe space for audiences to consider complex moral questions and explore potential consequences of unchecked military and scientific ambition. Moreover, these narratives play a role in shaping public perception and sparking discussions about ethics in military and scientific research. So, if you like lycanthropes, like, share, and subscribe. Contribute your thoughts and additional observations in the comments below. Let me know what I missed or what you noticed. Next, I plan on discussing The Wasp Woman, the remake from 1995. Keep your eye on the moon, a silver bullet in the chamber, and we'll see you back next episode.